I don't know, if you want to scare her away, say something really insulting to a Russian chick. She'll leave you alone.
You cannot scare her away. A polar bear couldn't scare her. She is not intimidated by anything. He's clearly being intimidating. Like if Margot was in her position, she'd be like, good God, that guy's angry at him. But Laura's like, I think he would make a suitable husband. Yo, what's up? Welcome aboard. Hi, how are you? I'm Dylan. I'm saddled up next to one Patrick Hickey.
Great to be here.
Great to be here. Joining us tonight in studio is, what am I saying? The producers over there. Hi, Kaylin.
Hi.
So, man, do we have a wonderful 2 episodes of Below Deck to get into? Any public service announcements to get out of the way beforehand?
Well, Dill, I just want to put a little feeler out there, okay? Because Bravo's launched a new show. I don't know if you've heard this. It's going to be helmed by one of our friends of the show, Queen of the Sea, Kate Chastain, and old fake captain himself, Captain Lee. And they're going to sit down 1 hour a week and discuss all the shows on Bravo. And I just want to throw out there, Kate, if you're listening, or any producers, if you'd like Dylan and I to help out with the writing, because obviously with anything that involves Captain Lee, it's going to be dreadful and unfunny. So if you need our help, just hit us up at, how do they get hold of us, Dill?
Ooh, do we give them my email?
Yeah.
I don't.
Can you believe they're going to have old fake Captain Lee sit there and talk about Luann? What's he know about Luann?
They can email you at Pat at another podcast. Patrick at another network.
Bravo, hit me up if you want Dylan and I to write. We'll take writing credits on that because it's going to be a horrible show.
What are you doing with the board? What are you doing?
I'm changing it back to your settings.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. And all right, here's the second feeler. Dylan, forgive me and just please entertain this. Dylan and I and Ruby are trying to decide what's like.
I don't know if you say forgive you, but I don't know what you're going to say.
Oh, right. All right, Dylan and I are trying to figure out what our next thing we're going to put behind the $5 paywall, for you guys to enjoy. And there's a lot of Below Deck people that love us,
I think we should do that one that has all those sad people on it in the jungle.
What's that one?
It's Tara Reid and fucking Scandal and I don't know, all those fucking people doing military shit.
Oh, yeah,
shit
that's
like
not
that.
a bad idea. Well, if you'd like Dylan and I to recap season 1 of Below Deck, which we started, but it got ruined when Bravo decided to do 2 goddamn episodes a week.
Yeah.
Derailed our plans, but I think Dylan and I should throw that behind a paywall.
Yeah, I really wish. Can we just... Oh, sure. Can we be done now?
Oh, yeah. But let us know in the comments.
Well, and also go to Patreon. That's where we can communicate directly with you. To the patrons, we will have our meet and greet this month. Promise. Sorry, we didn't do it last month. Also, we've just been very busy. Patrick's having a baby. I'm going to Muay Thai. It's all been really jam-packed. But our next fan gathering, I think we're gonna field you guys. We're gonna talk about the network. What are your likes, your dislikes? It's gonna be a whole town square. You know what I mean? It's gonna be great. Kaylin, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
So did we get his favorite movie last episode? Did we? What did he say?
I asked him what his favorite movie
was.
No,
but I didn't want that one. But didn't we ask him what his favorite movie was? What did you say? It was something...
Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Very dark and depressing.
Yeah.
Also uplifting at the same time. The power of imagination.
But it wasn't any imagine. She died. That it wasn't. She got killed.
Well, maybe she was just asleep and it was a dream.
No, I think she got shot or stabbed or something. Little girl with an imagination got shot or killed or stabbed or something. Shame on you, Kaylin. All right, let's get into the episode.
Okay.
It was 2 combined, so I don't remember which one was how many pods.
Let me break down the game film for you.
Sure.
Below Deck Episode 3, Season 2, Down Under, was just okay. Not a lot happened.
Yeah.
Episode 4.
Right.
Shit goes off the rails. Wonderful episode, and I can't wait to recap that after we're done recapping this one. But Episode 3...
Wait, are you talking about 5? It was 4 and 5.
Oh, it was 4? Oh, sorry. Yeah, 4 and 5. Jesus. All right.
The fans come at you for those little minute details.
I know they do. All right. So first one of the week, meh. Second episode, what?
Oh, and can we do this? One last public service announcement. Anybody who is getting like sincerely upset about the Jason and Aisha stuff, take several seats. So I'm seeing these comments that are like, "How dare you?" And it's like, take it easy. They're banging each other. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We're just joking around about how they're totally banging each other. Mm-hmm. She's in love with Scott. He shits in buckets, and they're in love. Just take it easy. We're just doing our best here. Mm-hmm. How many pots?
For this episode, 14.
Good one, huh?
No, it was just okay.
It was just
episode.
you like the next episode?
I like the next episode better.
All right. So I'm not really sure what's going on here because of what they're doing. You know, they're smushies, and I can't differentiate the episodes. But what I will say about this one, these thoughts I think apply, is that the casting is really working for me right now. There are so many C-Rats, and I believe it's episode... No, it's this episode. I can get specific with this. I could do this. Kaylin, what do you give the episode?
I thought it was pretty decent. I gave 51 pots.
Great. So 2 people are rising to the top of... that. We have a podium of shit right now. It's Luke, it's Laura, and it's Angry Adam. Okay? For someone...
Great name, by the way. I was trying to find a name for him, but he is, in fact, always angry, and his name's Adam. Seems like it just writes itself.
Yeah. He is so angry.
He's pissed. Turn that frown upside down. If you can't enjoy this, what can you enjoy, Adam? You're hanging out with your peers on a stupid job with no real, no judgment here.
Yeah.
You're supposed to get drunk and stupid half the time of your lives. If this can't get your rocks off, what can?
Well, so this is the reason why people hate America.
Betty fingers gophers.
What is going on? You had food poisoning yesterday, and you're just... I mean, that made no sense. That was apropos of nothing. Kaylin, can you mark that, please?
Sure.
The reason why people hate Americans is because Americans don't assimilate. They just think that it's okay to be American in places that are in America. And there are certain pockets of the country where people excel at being that kind of ugly American. Brooklynites and people who are Los Angelinos are bad about it too. People from the South, don't drop a proud, Dallas person in fucking Florence. They'll piss people off.
Well,
but when someone sits down at a upscale Australian restaurant and says, "Hey, let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup." Jump off a bridge. Not a tall one, just a cute one. And then when you're down there, take a breath and realize that is one of the most infuriating fucking things possibly ever said on this show. Let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper. It's not a bodega. It's a different country, Angry Adam.
Well, hold on.
Holy shit.
We have 2 Americans on this. Well, we have 2 male Americans on this vessel. One is called the CEO / Butterboy. He comes and he assimilates quite well.
Yeah, not really, though. He's still just... I have a vague idea of the assimilation that I'm talking about, I feel like you really kind of like shit on my point there.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just kind of feel like you shit on my point there.
Don't get defensive.
No, I'm not defensive. I'm heartbroken. I'm down.
Oh, well, don't be. I just don't want to, I don't know.
60 pots.
Generalize. Americans.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I could listen to you scream bacon, egg, and cheese all day long.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, so 60 pots. Let's get into the episode. Pat, how do we kick things off? I know.
With some broken glass and a foot on a guy called named Fletch. Love that name. And he also has a beautiful foot. No hair, no bunions, just a beautiful foot. Something to aspire to.
Angry Adam is the dickhead on the dick team, and he is trying to slaughter the feet of the wealthy. Now, we've talked about it before. Thrusting incompetence on them is A-okay. We welcome it. But not violence. The young man has anger issues. We've talked about it. He's angry at him. So we move on to Luke, who has a Gary moment here. He goes up to the captain, and he's got a lot of professional integrity in this moment. And that's because there are no women involved at all. But once there is a woman involved, he becomes
Different person.
an amoral reptile. So, yeah. Was that unnecessary?
No,
I feel like it was a shot across the bow.
I have trouble with Luke because I actually kind of like his leadership, but the other part of his personality is he's a douchebag.
Yeah, he's a scumbag chauvinist.
Quite so. Yes.
Yeah. I'm excited to get to him and Laura being friends.
Oh, that's in the next.
Poor Aisha. Oh my fucking god. Poor Aisha having to sit there and look at the gaze of a fucking horny fucking Australian guy. He looks like he's on bath salts. He's like, friends, fuck. It's like, oh god. What do you want me to do with that? That's so awkward.
Works well with her. But anyway, Luke does not disclose that it was Adam that fucked up with the tender shackles or whatever. What
That's great hosting. So, we get some tomahawk steaks that get delivered, and then we get to Laura being a shitbag.
Well, I was going to say Zarina because they planned for this beach picnic. She wants it to be a extravaganza.
Yeah.
With steaks, your
Right.
favorite, sea bugs, and
yeah.
burrata.
Right.
Go big or go home.
The three chuggiest of the chug. Tomahawk steaks, lobster tails, and burrata. Holy fuck. If that's not a $700 bill at cut, I don't know what is. Ugh.
No one bothers to check the weather report at this point, by the way, I want to say.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on, because I really clued in on this. I guess we can get to this right now. When Captain Jason is looking at this weather app, I don't know if you felt this way, but I was like, that is a fancy app. Did you feel any type of way about that app?
I did not see the app.
Okay, because I was like, that's like an $8 app right there. That's a crazy app. And it was one of those things. It's like, you need that app when you're out there. That's a C-Rack kind of app. You know what I mean? Really kind of made me Harlan William a little bit. But let's talk about Laura really quickly. She wants to go to the beach because she doesn't trust Aisha. Now, I think I abandoned this thought when I was talking about the podium of shit. Laura is a revolting human being. Maybe not revolting.
Hey,
I'm
but
sorry.
how about 3 hours in the makeup chair? When she comes out, she's still revolting.
Don't make me answer that question. What kind of disgusting question is that? I'm talking about her lust for power.
Oh, yes.
And her blatant disregard for others. And her...
Well, she's a Taurus.
You're tarnishing Tauruses when you say I am the way I am because I'm a Taurus. And also, I've been less and less impressed with the zodiac's projections. They've been wrong often. What sign are you again?
Leo.
What are you?
Aries.
Can't trust them.
No, you can't trust, what is it, Sagittarius?
Whoever's June.
No, yeah, the two-faced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are two-faced.
Yeah, they're two-faced. My father.
Danielle, I'm talking about you.
Who's Danielle?
A girl I slept with. She's a liar.
All right, Captain Jason heads down for a little pep talk with Serena. Now, a theme of this episode and next episode is that Serena has no idea what's going on. Serena is in La La Land. She is easily flustered and not that great at cooking. She is among my favorite people on the show, might be my favorite person on the show, but she is severely struggling in that kitchen, which is what she's there to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. No, I know.
By the way, I want to say something about Hot Captain Pants here. Mm-hmm. He is an equal opportunist offender of his staff. I like how he doesn't have to walk the line when it's a male or a female subordinate.
Oh, no.
He gives this young lady the business when she fires back that she kind of doesn't want any of his help in the kitchen.
Yeah, he tells her that he hates that attitude, and he has the right attitude. He's like, This is 5-star service. You're on a super yacht here. So the solution, because we're on a quote unquote super yacht and not some kind of sick, twisted life aquatic type vessel, because we're on a luxury yacht, the solution to this whole tomahawk problem is to pull out a George Foreman and cook the steaks in the front of the boat.
To quote Hot Pants, if you can't barbecue, you're not Australian.
Yeah. Which is cute, but it does kind of still hit home that this is not quite the Four Seasons on water.
No.
We're grilling steaks outside of the kitchen. A guest could just walk by and go, "Hey, Captain, what are you doing on the floor there?" And then he'd say, "I'm cooking for you." And they'd be like,
But you aren't wearing shoes.
really, really just so below deck. I'm loving this season.
I am too.
I think it's so fantastic.
Yeah, especially the episode after this, I keep referring to that. I apologize, but it's coming together. Well cast. I get rid of Angry Adam though.
Oh yeah, in a heartbeat.
He raises my anxiety
Me
because I've known
too.
douchebags like him.
Fucking
I'm like, why are you so angry all the time?
and dumb. It's like dumb angry. It's like overcompensating for stupidity angry. Everyone's like, you're not even angry about something that's actually a thing to be angry about. And you're ordering bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches at nice restaurants. I mean, you've completely lost the plot. He flares up so often. I don't know if it's next episode of this one, but when Laura's like flirting with him, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing asking all these fucking questions?" Like,
What are you writing a book about me?
calm down,
Come
good
on.
fella. My God.
Talk to my buddy Vinny Barbarino.
All right. So let's get to quintessential below deck. The captain's got to make a call because he has that fancy app. He knows that the weather is coming in. And he says, you know what? If it rains, it rains. These people are on a super yacht. So they go ahead with this picnic.
Customers are always right, Dylan.
This picnic should not happen. Because if they could set this up, which they did not, the guests would not have a good time, which they didn't. But what we got instead was a nightmare beach picnic. There are people, imagine you're just sitting there eating a meal awkwardly at this kind of Last Supper type picnic table. And Culver is 2.5 feet away from you holding down a canopy. And there's
Butterboy's on the other side, by the way.
there's rain in your burrata. It's like, it's just nuts to me that they went ahead with this.
Well, you know who disagrees with you? Kermit. She
Yeah.
arrives to announce that the beach picnic looks wonderful.
Yeah. And she's like, they're genuinely upset. And they're like mocking how this is like really not good. And she's like, well, at least she'll never forget it. It's like,
No, he won't.
Thank you for the
Especially
optimism.
when it's tip time.
Yeah.
But to be fair,
That's not a good thing to say to people who are going through something bad. You know?
make a good memory.
Yeah.
Well, I lost my arm.
Yeah.
Well, you won't forget that, will you?
Yeah. No, I won't.
It's quite the battle.
I'll see it every night when I try to go to sleep. It will thrust me awake and I'll slowly lose my mind because I haven't slept in 4 days.
Also, it's tough to brush my teeth now. I used to be right-handed.
Yeah. You got to be so grateful to have just everything working.
Oh, yeah.
I see these people that don't, and they're charging forward in life. And I'm like, what are you complaining about, you bitch?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Kaylin, how you doing?
I'm good, Dylan. How are you?
I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be here
If
with
you don't
all
have
of you
your health,
right now.
you don't have anything, Dylan.
Yeah. That's why Bill Gates is trying to feed us all chitin.
The bugs.
All right, what happens next?
All right. So back to the boat. Both Harry and Luke flirt with Margot in the laundry room. Guests return. Harry thinks Adam is annoying and he's a bit dramatic about safety. I think we can all concur with that. And Laura now needs a break. And this is forming a pattern.
I don't like when people think they are 3D chess masters.
Game of Wars.
They're Game of Wars players who are too loud about playing the Game of Wars. This is a reference that a lot of people will get. The redhead from season 1 of Rock of Love.
Lacey.
You talk about how you're manipulating everybody and you're playing this game, and it's like everybody can see what you're doing. Like, just nobody likes you. Like you're going to be an outcast very soon. It's been 3 days. Yeah, you're not doing a good job.
We see that a lot, and also Flavor of Love season 2. Dilly and I cover that on Bad TV Podcast. Check it out.
Yeah, Boots. Yeah,
Bucky.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Bucky got sent home because she had herpes.
Beautiful got sent home because she had
that's right.
herpes.
Beautiful got sent home because she had herpes. Mm-hmm. And Buckwild got sent home because she's a white girl from Rancho Cucamonga doing a black accent.
Yeah.
And eventually Flav was like, this is inappropriate. The guy who openly mocks women for being fat was like, This is inappropriate. For 2007, this is inappropriate.
Dale, you're dropping the lead here. Don't forget, he sent a young lady home because she shit on his floor. And to quote him, he just couldn't get past it.
Yeah. And he sent another young lady home because he found out that she did porn. And then he printed out a photo of her doing porn and then showed it to everyone on set and was like, "You a whore!" And then sent her home. Crazy show.
Yeah, check it out. Bad TV Podcast.
All right, so Laura needs to take a break to fix her hair. She says that she always gets what she wants. Tell that to Mick Jagger. And that it's really easy with Aisha to get what she wants. Aisha, you have to crack these little pieces of shit early.
Yeah.
You can't let this.
You got to set a tone.
Metastasize like this. It's just not good.
I can appreciate the management style. Start with nice, and hopefully that all works out. But as we saw with Frasier in his Mediterranean season, so you start off nice, you become friends. You got to pick one. Your manager or friend.
Yeah. I know.
Poor Kermit.
But what happened? But she's got to stand up straight and she's got to throw a punch. Mm-hmm. Figuratively, I'm not advocating violence, although it would be fantastic television. But Aisha would throw away her career, and Laura would win.
Yeah. Well.
But it would be fantastic TV. I mean, can you imagine?
Yeah. She could end up on that spinoff they're creating over there about all the horrible people, the sea rats that were on their show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, we dropped it.
I know. We talked to that got
Todd and Grant.
That got picked up by so many things, and I don't even know if he's accurate.
I don't either. To be honest with you,
did you guys do any due diligence or just listen to the podcast and write an article? I have no idea what he's talking about.
I got to make a little confession here. They said it. I didn't even care, and I forgot that they said it because it meant nothing to me. And the next thing I know, someone sends me an article.
Yeah.
So we don't know if that's in fact true.
For all we know, he could have been pitching a sea rat that one night drunk and misremembered it. It'd be great if all you pieces of shit got on his show. He came on our podcast. He's like, something's in the works.
Okay.
All right. So then we get to Adam kind of holding court about safety regulations aboard this fishing vessel.
Boring.
I don't know why no one just says, would you shut the fuck up? Why does no one say anything to
I
this
think
guy?
we're very early on in the season, and I think everybody's trying to be on their best behavior and feel out the weirdness that is Angry Adam at this point. I think it will come down on him like a hammer.
Yeah.
Very shortly.
Hope so. Greek food is going to be for dinner.
I'm going to need some help with this. What's this whole being painted like a butterball, like a Greek goddess that represents a club that they all liked in Mykonos?
Yeah,
Help me out here.
it's Scorpios. It's the hottest club in Mykonos.
Oh, wow.
I think it's in Mykonos. I can't remember, but it does call. It makes an allusion all the way across the sea to our backyard, the Coachella Valley, which is a flat plot of land that is disgusting and too hot.
It's not an ocean to be seen? Nearest ocean is
No.
4.5 hours.
There's a ton of drug use, though, to be seen.
Okay.
You know when, like, you're driving in the desert and there's just, like, rusted metals everywhere and you're like, good, what the fuck is out here? That's where Coachella is. No, I'm kidding. It's close to Palm Springs, though. It's hot. Mm-hmm. It's hot right now, but, you know, it didn't always used to be like that. People got killed at that music festival.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, the first time I went, we got there just as youngsters, didn't have a clue where we were going to stay.
Did you have tickets?
Yeah, had tickets, but nowhere to stay. So we snuck into the employee campground and just pretended like we were working there the entire time.
You pull that off with confidence. People won't bat an eye at you.
What time you volunteering? Oh, we're not sure. I got to figure that out. I'm on drugs right now. They're like, oh, me too.
Cool.
All right. So sorry if I've told that story before. All right. Let's talk about the egg.
Okay, so-
let's talk about him being painted gold.
Greek god, a giant, really tacky looking motherfucking chocolate egg, and it will be worshipped. Like there's a fucking dragon in there.
Okay.
This is all stupid.
Okay. I do want to say this really quickly. The deconstructed Greek salad looks like a 7-year-old got into culinary arts. It looks awful. Then we get to this painting of Culver. Real quick line. Laura says she will make him feel like a god. I want to throw up. When she overtly hits on men, I want to throw up.
Is it a little too forward for you?
It's just like, ugh. And Luke makes me feel the same way. Can you feel that? Oh, God, you two are disgusting. All right. So Culver is painted in gold. They come out and they legitimately pull this off.
I could have done away with the ooh cha cha cha.
Of course you could have. This isn't Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever. I don't know. It's fucking weird. The reason why you could have done without that is because you would like to go, and these people too, would like to go on a vacation where Culver's role as the chief engineer officer is nowhere near as vital as it is aboard this vessel. The fact that their tips rely on the pass or fail of Culver's whimsy ideas of nighttime entertainment, it just goes to show you how awful these experiences are.
To use a metaphor, just because we're discussing eggs, I want to crack this egg. If you knew Culver in high school and you know a different Culver than we're seeing on TV, hit old Patty up. I want to know. I don't trust this act in this good old boy veneer.
You hate Butterboy.
I don't know. I'm torn with this guy. I don't even remember what I thought about him last season, but I just don't like this whole shtick coming on here.
Well, regardless of whether it's a shtick or not, I mean, what's worse? It being earnest or it being a shtick? Can you
Great
imagine
question.
you're paying for just exorbitant amounts of money for a luxury yacht vacation? You show up, it looks like an old man had recently died in here alone, and then this fucking guy comes out. He's clearly spray painted, all blotchy and shit, and he's yelling about some sacred egg. You didn't even ask for an egg. You asked for a piñata, which is a completely unreasonable request, but still.
Well, Dale, you know I always like to put myself in the position of said guest there. If I was Fletch, you know my foot's still fucking bleeding.
Yeah.
I take no issue with like, love it. We all really love it.
Right.
Enough.
Enough.
Put the egg down. Yeah. Get out of here. Where's the fucking sea bugs?
Yeah.
Beat it.
All right, so meanwhile, Luke and Adam have a little chat. And Luke comes away from that feeling good and with an understanding of Adam, though. Adam can't really do the job, so he has a solution. He is going to get someone else to tell him to do the job. Mm-hmm. And that's management.
That's a workaround there.
All right, so Adam and Laura, this is when we get to that moment that we alluded to. She's asking too many questions, and he has a CTE kind of freak out. She goes, so where do you live? Sorry, I sound like a Nazi. I can't do her voice.
Well, she did something interesting here, which she talked
I
about.
live in fucking Brooklyn.
She wears the ring of an ex-fiance, and it shall not be removed from her finger until someone removes it from her finger.
actually in this moment like kind of liked Laura when she's like, I have lovers all over the world. I really can't do her accent. How do you do it? How do you?
I can't do it.
I have lovers all over the world. I still wear a ring. Sounds like Dracula.
And my husband will be able to remove it magically.
Yeah.
If you're Adam, hey, how about if I just fucking sit on it with my asshole, tighten it up, and pull it off or
What
something?
are you doing?
I don't know. If you want to scare her away, say something really insulting to a Russian chick. She'll leave you alone.
You cannot scare her away. A polar bear couldn't scare her. She is not intimidated by anything. He's clearly being intimidating. Like if Margot was in her position, she'd be like, good God, that guy's angry at him. But Laura's like, I think he would make a suitable husband. He's flipping out at you.
But that's actually probably, her type of guy. The colder he is, the hotter it
100%.
gets.
Yeah, she needs to get with somebody named Alexi who, once he's done with vodka bottles, throws them against the wall. Because he's not satisfied with his career.
Hey, any notes on dinner? I forgot what dinner was.
Fucking 64 minus 30 pots.
Okay.
Serena's knocking it out of the park with the platters. The platters are magnificent. But when
good
it
at
comes
that.
to dinner, and I understand it's the size of the kitchen and the functionality of the kitchen, she is struggling. But my had it here with Serena moment comes in the next episode when she's like, no red meat, no wheat. What am I going to do? Try blending up all of the food that you make. You don't have it that bad. Just calm down. You can make gluten-free stuff.
Now, Dill, I think we're getting to the point where we're going to drop these guests off at the dock or whatnot. It's worth mentioning Kermit had it all wrong. And again, and I want to point this out. I did not describe my feelings good in the first episode.
That's okay.
Typically, I think as Americans, if we're working on these vessels, we like to shit on Americans. And I was happy to see that an Australian would do the same to her
You said
people.
that last week.
Right. But Kermit was absolutely wrong. Aside from one little burp up of, I think one female charter guest said she'd like breakfast now ASAP, which was a little rude.
She said it jokingly, though.
She did? Okay.
It was one of those things where you develop a rapport with somebody that doesn't exist, and they say something, and you're like, oh, I don't know you.
Oh, well, okay. Well, Kermit, strike one. I guess the family money range roving, jerks weren't that bad after all. They're actually quite tame.
Yeah.
Anyway, Butterball calls his mom.
Did I talk about Norman's interactions with fans on the show?
What?
Mark Norman, the comedian.
No.
He said when you interact with somebody who's famous, you have to be quick and you have to like just get in, say your thing, and then go away.
Oh, okay.
Don't linger there
Yeah.
because he goes, oh, I don't know you though. There's nothing for that. They don't know who you are. So you have to just say your thing and you have to go away. Otherwise, there's a lull. I don't know why. That's in listening back to the show, that's one of my least favorite things that I do.
What do you
I
do?
just bring up something.
No, it's interesting.
In the podcast world that has nothing to do
Can I
with
tell
this
you
show.
something, though, Dylan? This is what's, everyone should know this about famous people at their height. Sure, they can be arrogant like that. Like, hey, I only got 4 minutes for you. Talk. Hey, at some point, your career is going to go in the fucking shitter, and then you're going to be an old man or woman. You're going to wish someone recognized you. It's the way it always goes.
No, incorrect.
No?
You think Ryan Gosling's career is going to be in the shitter? You think Ryan Gosling needs to dedicate 4 minutes to every fucking lunatic woman that tries to rip his shirt off?
Perhaps not, but Tony Danza could use a few friends.
Yeah.
Total loser.
Oh my God. And I didn't mean to sound like Tom Likas there where I said lunatic woman. Like that, but there are crazed people. People find him very attractive. Did you see Barbie yet?
I haven't. I can't wait
Did
to
you see Barbie yet?
No, not yet.
Where am I going to find the time?
I think I'm going to see it this week. It's supposed to be fantastic. All right, so such a J-Law moment. Speaking of celebrities, we've got our own, and it's J-Law. It's Margot. Or no, her name's Margaret. What's her name, Margot or Margaret?
Margot.
It's Margot?
Yeah.
Okay. Harry scooches in between Margot and Laura, the power player. Fucking Laura needs to be on House of Cards. I don't know what she's doing here. You're a moron. Sorry. That's too mean. See, I can't
No,
say
it's-
stuff like
no,
that.
Dylan, there's a reason we're the number one below deck podcast in the
I
world.
know, but now that we are, they all listen. I feel bad just openly calling people morons. I don't mean it. It's just me being lazy. I'm trying to fill time. I apologize. I don't even know you. So, I do know Harry, though, because
Goofy looking motherfucker.
he is just such a goofball. He stands in between Margot and Laura, and he goes, "Yes, on the throne, in between two roses." And Margot, such a J-Law moment. She just goes, "Yeah, yes." So composed, so Jennifer. So Pat, what with Down Under, your responsibilities at the tip meetings, they've doubled because not only do we have the tip meeting, but we also have the award of least
sure.
improved.
All right, tip meeting, 15 grand. That's American dollars. That's 1670 each. I have to say this. We have to figure out, did past seasons of Below Deck used to be 4 charter days, and now they're just been
No,
reduced?
this is what's going on. That part of the world doesn't tip. I think I've heard that somewhere that like Aussies are notoriously not tippers. I don't know if it's because the hospitality infrastructure in that country is different. People get paid a living wage or something like that. But they don't tip. And if you don't tip in a country or you're not customary to tipping, change that or know that needs to change when you come on these
Got
vessels.
to incentivize people.
Because this is actual service. I mean, with that being said, it's horrible service, so tip whatever you want. But if you did have a good time, you should tip more than $15,000.
Absolutely. Pulling glass out of people's feet.
But the glass was put there because of them. So again, you tip whatever you want.
All right. Sheffy gets the helmet. Now, I have to say, this in no way is an honor. I think Zarina takes it as such, maybe because it was being handed to her by Hot Captain Hot Pants.
And I love what I love so much about Serena is her verbal sexual assault of Hot Captain in her talking heads. It doesn't make me feel like I want to jump out of my skin the way that Luke and Laura make me feel. She's being humorous, but she's being very blatant and overt with how she wants to, fuck him, the captain.
Yeah. Don't we all?
But she's charming about it.
Yeah,
And it's funny.
by the way-
Laura's just like, I will make you a god. It's like, what the fuck?
I'll say this about Zarina. She's my favorite. I find her the most attractive. Not sure if listeners care about that. But I do think as a chef, I think she should be limited to serving food at banquets.
All right, so Laura wants to cut her shift in hours short so that she can have more time to get ready. Aisha obviously refuses, and she, in response to that, I'm speaking of Laura, is in quite a huff. Now, once again, despite how disgusting that ask is and how entitled and pathetic it is to treat, if you have a boss who is a dickhead and incompetent, I can understand being a little rude. Aisha is the loveliest, sweetest human being who doesn't have the ability to make good on the thread of don't mistake my whatever for kindness or whatever it is. To be rude and this gross and disrespectful to her speaks volumes about Laura. It's just really, really awful behavior. And then it continues with this getting ready shit. Now, I'm late all the time. If you spot it, you got it. I think that's why this triggers me so much. When you are an hour late to something, a dinner reservation where a bunch of other people are going, and you are late because you are standing in the mirror like some haunted child in a Stanley Kubrick movie, cutting the bottom of your hair. There are these little things that take place that are so awful. And Aisha getting the text from the restaurant, hey, what's going on? And that's Aisha's responsibility to deal with because you couldn't give 2 fucks. And well, the fans can say whatever they want about. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there.
He went there. I'll finish it. Is she fixing herself in front of a broken goddamn mirror?
All right.
Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, this is what you do, Dylan. Because I used to have this with a keyboard player in our band. He'd show up to a gig. We'd be into the second song at the Roxy.
Yeah.
And he's loading his shit up on the stage, and I tried to punch him. Next time, well, you can start lying and saying times are off. You do an hour early.
Sure, yeah.
Or you can just leave without him. They should just drive off in those vans and leave without him.
I did that with a friend of mine with tea times. Kid couldn't get to a tea time on time. They'd meet us on the second hole, and we'd have to pay for his thing. And it's like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to tell you that this is 2 hours earlier, and then maybe you'll be on time. But it's really, really gross to do that. With that being said, I don't know why the other Sea Rats don't just leave.
It's early. That's the only reason I can give. It's early in the season. No one wants to, bump any heads just yet.
Yeah, there's another thing. Like, what does our audience give a shit about tea times? Why am I talking about tea times?
Well, golf is around the world, man.
I guess. Maybe I'm too critical of myself tonight. All right, so.
Dinner at Hemingway's.
Dinner at Hemingway's. Harry and Margot are so weird slamming meat into each other's mouths. And Laura...
full court press on Adam.
She licks his hand. I'm not going to... My gaydar's not going off with Adam. I think it's a very easy thing to say. Oh, clearly this guy's angry because he's closeted.
Not at all.
No, I don't think that's what's going on. I think that he has a social disorder. Like he's like an angry robot. That J.J. Abrams company. But yeah, we do have the salt, pepper, ketchup moment, and then we have this thing where she licks his hand, and he
recoils.
He doesn't even recoil. It's like he just stays stiff and angry robot. It's just not working. So Laura naturally moves to her next target, which is Luke. I wanted to leave my body watching this. I wanted to get out of my body watching this. To be Aisha, the thought of Aisha having to deal with these two fucking people who she is never going to see ever again. Talk about how his fucking cock is on her haunches and she's all fucking like fucking kissing him. And the weirdest thing is there's no context for this. They haven't been flirting. So it's just this weird, out of place Craigslist ad kind of intimacy that Aisha's like, oh God, yeah, friends do fuck, I guess. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
That's the fun of Sea Rats. All the sexual attention, all sexual tension all day long. You know, you're cleaning glass out of people's feet and serving drinks and wiping toilets. Also, you can get out and burn a little steam off.
Yeah.
In the name of fucking.
Yeah, exactly. Now they hook up. Luke says, this girl's got a twinkle in her eye.
That little twinkle is another thing called attention.
But also, he speaks like a hillside strangler or something. She's got a twinkle in her eye. Ugh. And then we've got Margot lying to herself in the camera. Oh, I'm so happy. I am the happiest darn girl right now watching these two make out. The thing that's so heartbreaking about this is going to be, I hope Luke gets kicked off the show early because this back and forth.
No, this is fun. This is why we're here, Dylan.
The Luke and Margot thing is good. I like Margot. I don't want to get upset with her. Her being boy crazy over Luke is going to make me... I don't have much of that to give. I can't see people going after Luke or being lovesick over Luke. That's going to make me lose it. Anyways, that remains to be seen. I think Luke will violently assault a wall and then try to... shove a door in a producer's face or something. I think he's going to get kicked off the show.
That was the trailer, yeah.
Yeah. But we'll find out next week in a couple days, or what is it? I don't know when we're releasing these. When do we do this again?
On Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we'll drop this Tuesday night, and then we'll see you in a day or so for episode 5. We love you guys very much. iTunes ratings and reviews, Patreon, subscribe to Bad TV everywhere. I'm Dylan saying goodbye. Pat, say goodbye.
Later, dude.
Hey, Len.
See you later.